Welcome to Informatics University. Today's topic is how to make Google love you, search engine optimization basics, 5 tips and 5 myths. So starting out at the very high level, SEO stands for search engine optimization. It is the process of improving your web ranking online, your web presence online, and getting your website found when people search for your services or your products. So the 5 key components that we're going to talk about are HTML, content, social media, link building, and domain authority. So we have this nice graphic here that we created, and it kind of shows again those 5 key components of SEO. And as you'll see, it's split into those on-site factors, so things you can do on your website, and the off-site factors, things that you can do on social media or link building. For starters, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is that behind-the-scenes code that communicates to search engines what your website is about, how to display your website. And finally, another part of kind of the HTML and developing of your website is responsive design. Responsive design is a technology that ensures your website dynamically resizes to fit whatever device it is being displayed on. So the next part of your on-site factors are your content. Your content is what's on your website and what's in your blogs. And the important things to remember with your content is that quality, quantity, and frequency all matter. Google is getting very smart, and they can now really understand context of your content. So they know that if you're just throwing keywords in there that have nothing to do with your company, or if you're making stuff up, they know what's good and what's not. The quantity matters as well. The recommended length for a web page is 250 characters at least. So if you're going to have a page with, about a service or something, make sure it has 250 characters. And if you can't do that, consider combining pages, because they are going to rank pages lower if they have less content. So Google has these bots that are going to crawl your site every once in a while and index the content on there. And if they keep coming back and discover that nothing has changed on your website, they're going to say, I'm going to come back in 6 months, and then I'm going to come back in a year. Well, then when you do make a change, they're going to miss it, and it's not going to be indexed for months. So updating things on your site will train Google to come back more and more often. A general rule for your overall web content would be revisiting it and redoing it completely every 2 years. So our SEO tip is to use Google's predictive search to create useful blog titles. Okay, next is an off-site factor, social media. So a lot of people don't understand how social media and SEO work together, and it can be kind of confusing. First of all, any shares that you have, so if you post a blog on Facebook and someone shares it, that's going to give you a new inbound link, and linking is great. Google loves links. They see them as votes for your website. And finally, Google has a Twitter integration deal now, so people will be able to search hashtags and handles and really anything and just see the tweets without even clicking over to Twitter. So my social media tip then is to use your targeted keywords as hashtags on your social media channels. All right, so link building. 2 important things with this are your link quantity and your link quality. Getting a bunch of links from a bunch of random companies isn't going to do that much. You're going to want to focus on getting those bigger links and those more meaningful ones to you. So domain authority kind of takes everything else into account. So it's saying, yeah, you're on social media, you've got a lot of links pointing to you, you've been around for a long time. I'm going to rank you higher. I'm going to say that you have a better overall domain authority. And another piece that goes along with that is how long you've had your domain registered. So if you've had your domain registered for a long time, that's going to mean something to Google. They're going to prefer those sites rather than one that's been out there for 6 months. So the first myth, you must rank number 1 on Google or you're wasting your time. Being in the 2nd or 3rd spot is just as good. Being number 1 is going to be the best. It means something, but if you're on the first page, people are still seeing you, so that should be your goal. So the second myth is that SEO isn't relevant to my business. If you have a website, then SEO is going to be worthwhile. And relying on referrals can lead to missed opportunities. So that's a lot of times where we hear this reservation is that we're a referral-based company, we're good. People just find out from us because people recommend us. Well, you don't know who's going to be moving here or visiting or anything like that. And, why would you rule out getting new leads? Myth number 3, SEO is a one and done thing. Once I set it up, I'm done. I don't have to touch it again. And unfortunately, that's not true. We wish it was, because SEO is an ongoing process. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and focus. But again, it's worthwhile. It's going to get you leads. It has a measurable ROI. You can really see, you can ask people, how did you find me? They can say they Googled something, and right there you knew that you got a new client because you did good with your search engine optimization. The fourth myth, all SEO companies are the same. So before you sign on with any SEO company, you need to do your research. You'll find out that a good SEO should increase your web presence and keep you on Google's good side. And so just to clarify, those black hat versus white hat, black hat are those unethical tactics like the link farm. White hat is anything that Google says is okay. And then the fifth myth is SEO's dead. Google has it all figured out. There's really nothing you can do without manipulating Google and manipulating your website and breaking the rules. At the end of the day, Google really wants to provide their customers with the most valuable information. So everything you're doing is totally okay in Google's eyes as long as you're following those white hat tactics. And so there you are, white hat SEO is alive and well.